Hi, this is Allie from Mike and Allie's Vintage, and we thank you so much for stopping by our channel. Today, what I thought I would do is take some of our recently sold items. Most of them will be from eBay, and we have two that are from Etsy, so that you can see what has sold recently and for how much. As you see, when I go through the listings, you will probably notice that a lot of our items are vintage, and they are not what I would call BOLO items. They are not the most trending, most popular items. They are definitely vintage, and they're items that we have knowledge about, and our customers seem to enjoy to purchase from us and have a need for those items. So they will probably be a little bit different than what you see most eBay resellers are selling right now at this time. So we'll go through each one of the listings. I hope you enjoy this, and thank you so much for taking time out with me. So let's get started with our first item. We'll start with this first item here, and this came from our Etsy shop, and we had a lot of interest in this item, this listing. Particularly, these are needlepoint birds that are framed. This wonderful mat, I think, really sold this item. It was a spring green, I would call that color, but just absolutely gorgeous needlepoint birds, and we sold those for $45. All right, let's move to the next one. This is also from our Etsy shop, and these were vintage carved wooden elephant bookends, as you see, and they were a natural wood grain. I love finding unique bookends that I think people might want in their home, and those actually sold for $35. Our next item here is a book. We've been picking up vintage books, and they have been doing very well for us. This is Modern Europe by Harrison C. Thomas and William A. Hand, hardcover, 1947. Sold that one for $17 in our eBay store. Also, we'll continue on. The rest of these listings will be from our eBay store. This is a reel-to-reel tape that my husband found, 1958, 101 sole for Spain, 101 strings, and we took an offer of $14. I sold this Ralph Lauren, Williams size large, black button-up linen gold button shirt, long sleeve. This was an absolutely gorgeous linen shirt. It truly was in mint condition. We sold that one for $29.99. And recently we sold this Nikon One Touch Zoom camera, 35 millimeter with a zoom lens, for $25, and that was on a best offer. Old film has done well for us also, and particular cameras like the one-shot type cameras. Moving right along, we've got the Ross Custom 064 right-hand switch for the O-scale model trains. My husband does quite a bit of model railroading, since that's his passion since he was a child, and has done very well with it on eBay. And we sold that switch for $59.99, as you see there. The next item is a clinker boat building by John Leather, and this was a hardcover book with a dust jacket. We sold that one for $29.99. Any books like that are a particular niche, boat building, sailing. We also sold a book that was like building, woodworking, like cabinets and making other types of wooden furniture. I believe that one actually went to Germany, but they have done well for us. We can pick these books up sometimes in thrift stores real inexpensive, or if we go to the Goodwill outlet, you pay so many cents per book, per weight. So we can get them inexpensively, and they've done well for us. The next thing here was a surprise for me. My husband picked up these Argus slide trays with 60 capacity, and he had a lot of 11 of those. These are vintage trays, and he sold all of the trays in one listing for $29.99. Now these are a pair of shoes that are European shoes, and they were actually in mint condition. Gorgeous sandals. Just recently sold those for $54.99. And this is Magnetic Storm by Roger Dean and Martin Dean, 1984 book. Sold that one for $30 on a best offer. Another book, The Clerk's Book by Frank Farrington, a 1907 vintage book. This is a very small book that we found, and we sold that one for $29.99. The interesting thing about this book was the person who purchased it from us said, "Thank you so much for finding this book. I had been looking for it," so he was just delighted to get it. The next book, vintage book, is a rifle book by Jack O'Connor, hardcover, 1964. We sold that one for $19.99. The next one is Tycho Del Monte Sliced Peaches Boxcar. This is a vintage model railroad car that my husband sold for $26.99. Scotch reel-to-reel tape and all-purpose recording vintage audio. Definitely an antique. He sold that one for $12.99. This is a booklet, Telescopes and Observations, and we sold that one for $14.99. So as you see, all kinds of subjects. It's really interesting what sells. Friends and Helpers by Sarah J. Eddy, vintage hardcover, is from $18.99, an antique book. We sold that one for $32.99. These shorts were a popular listing. I had heard that Gloria Vanderbilt had become popular again. I think it depends on the make and model. But this was the light blue wash denim shorts. They were new with tag that I found. And the size 14, as you know, is a good average, very popular size with Gloria Vanderbilt. And I took an offer of $18 for those. And my husband sold 20 model railroad project book, and that sold for $24.99. And I believe that book sold fairly quickly, if I remember correctly. Also under the model railroading category, we have the Bachman Burlington Northern Hopper Car, sold for $12.99. Next, we have the Breakthrough with Tony Robbins. This was a new set from 2010, 6 DVD set, and they were all sealed. I think we had one that the DVD plastic case got was a little bit crunched on the corner there, but we sold that for $29.99. Le Creuset skillet, blue enamel. This was a beautiful double spout fry pan that I found. I was surprised. I think it just came out on the Goodwill shelves. I paid $5 for this pan and sold it for $99. Well, basically $100. This is AFX slot car track and accessory, no cars. This sold very quickly for $49.99. Slot cars and things in that category tend to sell very well if you can find them. San Edelman, these pair of shoes, they're the pom-pom sneakers, slip-on shoes. Those sold for $33.50. I found a book, since I'm an artist and love art books. This was a book of Salvador Dali, 1970 vintage, and it sold very quickly at $29.99. Kootenai Wise Stories by Frank B. Linderman, vintage. This was from 1926. I love that cover. Just think it's so dramatic. We took an offer for $38. Next, we had a lot of Thomas Kincaid Disney puzzles, the Dream Collection, and we sold that lot for $34.99. I found this shirt new. It was Ivy Crew men's extra large. It was a short sleeve stars and stripes with American flag polo shirt, and I just had a feeling. I think this will sell, you know, with 4th of July coming up. So I took an offer of $20 on that one. And our last item here is Bombay white elephants. They're ceramic bookends, and I took an offer of $50 on those. So that's what we've sold recently, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what we are selling. We're going to do more videos for you, give you an idea of what's been selling for us. And we thank so much for you taking time. Make sure you do subscribe and click on the notification bell. Until then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.